Sailent is a household name in the Geometry Dash community. Everyone knows the story of Silent Clubstep and the journey to its eventual completion. It's his most known level by far, but not the only one by any stretch. There's another that dates back to even before Silent Clubstep that also went on to be beaten legitimately. A level that also took many years to be realized and in its unnerfed state from release. This is the story of Deadly Clubstep v2. Much like Silent Clubstep, the first progress videos of Deadly Clubstep v2 you can find aren't much to write home about. The earliest one I could find was a measly 4%, but it was definitely a start. The earliest uploaded practice run I could find was 579 attempts, but the uploader also says they had another prior run that took over 800 attempts that was off recording. It was unfeasible for the players of 1.9 to beat. A player named KMDog would end up reaching 9% sometime after this. The first boost in popularity for the level would end up coming when Tosh Deluxe uploaded a showcase during his prime run of uploading many now popular impossible levels from the time. People were shocked by the difficulty of the level. Add on the existing stigma towards Sailent's creations and it was a scary task for anyone to think of trying. 2 years of silence in regard to progress on Deadly Clubstep v2 would ensue. From there, the veteran player Lukewalizer would be the next person to take the level forward. He cut the practice attempt record down to a mere 46 attempts. It had been over 2 years since the Tosh showcase and the level hadn't fully died yet. It would end up taking until 2020 for that spark to catch again when a player named Dizzy Flakes got a new record of 26%. Someone had made it to the drop after all of these years of obscurity in the shadow of its younger brother. They'd end up going on to achieve 77 to 100 and 37 to 70, further showing an ability to progress on the impossible level. While that was going on, Photonic would swoop in and snipe the record by 1% and achieving 27. The level was starting to feel alive. In 2021, Mentrillum would end up getting 50% and stating that he was interested in verifying it. He'd end up going one step further and reach 63, but from there on, progress from him would cease. Next, the Dolos verifier Enzo would try his hand at verifying Deadly Clubstep v2. This is what he was able to do. Enzo set the new world record by 15% and also got 60 to 100 to have connected runs on the level. It was clear someone would be able to verify this once impossible creation. It was huge for the level, but just as quickly as Enzo came onto it, he left, and it was once again hanging in the balance waiting for someone dedicated to come along. Mythrility would be the next to try it, starting off with 51%. Soon after, they got 72 and 74. They seemed like the one to do it, but the next turn in the story of Deadly Clubstep v2 would change everything. Dr. Joe had verified the level, but it came with an asterisk. It was nerfed. Now, it wasn't nerfed by much, with the only change being making the pyramid jumps towards the end align for 60 Hz, but it still wasn't the same as the version Sailent originally published. It was a huge development in the story, but it's not the end, as the unnerfed was still left for players to conquer. From here on, several players would attempt to beat the original version. Mythrility returned to the unnerfed version and he came back with a bang, dying to the very same pyramid jumps that were nerfed. A new player named Glow would also join in with 54%. It wasn't much compared to others' progress, but he was the most dedicated to the level so far. He was locked in and grinding to be the verifier of the unnerfed version. Glow was able to surpass Mithrility's 84% run through dedication and hard work. He was the first person to pass the unnerfed pyramid jumps. He wasn't without competition, however. A new player, Explode, sniped the record by 1% with 89. It was down to these two on who would be the one to verify the original level. 8.5 years on from its release, someone was finally going to put it to bed. On July 31st, 2023, it would finally be over. Let's see which of these players was the one to realize it. Glow verified Deadly Clubstep v2 almost 9 years after it was first uploaded to the servers. Although niche, it was huge for the impossible level enthusiasts to see this done legitimately. Sailent himself would end up congratulating him in the comments. The beauty of impossible levels in this game doesn't lie in superficial aspects like the decoration, but in the stories and the players who challenge themselves to push the game forward. Watching it all come together in real time is one of the things that makes Geometry Dash so great. I hope players continue to reach for the stars as long as there's still people playing the game. Someone watching this video may end up being the one to close the story of an impossible level themselves if dedicated enough.